Well, the next chapter of Angry Birds just hit the big screen yesterday.
The film is based on the popular game that many kids play on phones and tablets.
Adults too, probably. There are some pretty well-known actors featured in the movie, like Jason Sudeikis, Peter Dinklage, and Danny McBride.
There are plenty of new characters too. Take a look.
What we really need is a hero.
Actually, that position's been filled. Oh, yeah!
Are you kidding me?
Have to get a team together.
We're busting you out.
Mom, you're still grounded!
I'm an adult! Mom!
Guys, this is my sister, Silver. She's super smart.
Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards?
I just don't think this is gonna work.
Okay, so unusually angry.
Talks to herself.
Self-esteem issues.
Left-handed, probably a witch.
Have fun being alone.
I like her.
All right, well, last week we had a chance to talk to Rachel Bloom, who voices one of the new characters in Angry Birds 2, named Silver. Take a look.
Oh, you're a woman in science who doesn't let her opinions be compromised by, in essence, a character that is always trying to mansplain her. This is a great character.
It was really cool. It's really cool to play because she's a great example of how we all should work in groups, which is the best idea should win. It shouldn't be ego that wins. And even though her ideas are clearly the best, she's not arguing for her ideas because of her ego. She's arguing because she just wants to solve the problem, which is, I like to say, a female quality.
Absolutely.
You know, as a mom, sometimes you think, oh, Angry Birds, why are you playing that game? Why are you doing this? But this movie, not only is it funny for the adults, but there are some really positive STEM messages in it, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I know how much I've been impacted as a kid, especially when I saw female characters who were smart, who spoke their minds, who were a little weird and other people maybe thought were weird, and how much they encouraged me to continue doing my thing and being who I was. And so the idea that I could mean something to girls and women who watch this out there and maybe inspire them to go into STEM fields is really cool.
All right, so the residents of Bird Island and Piggy Island, they're finding common ground in this movie. Is that right?
Yeah, because there's an even bigger enemy, the Eagle Island. So they have to, they have to work together.
Birds and pigs unite. Now, I also know that from reading up it, you really love to write. You love the process of writing. Were you involved in that aspect at all for this movie?
I mean, no, because otherwise I'd make a chunk of change. No, there are moments though where they ask you to improvise. God, but there are moments where they ask you to improvise, and which is basically writing on the go. And what's hard about that is you're alone in the studio, and so you're improvising, but you also then have to kind of imagine what the reaction of the other person would be. And occasionally they would play me, especially with Jason, scenes that he had done, and buttons that he had improvised, and then I would add lines based off that. So it's kind of doing an improv scene miles and miles and weeks away.
You've come a long way from Mira Costa High School. Can you believe that your career has taken off to this point? I mean, you're like a household name now. It's
incredibly surreal. I mean, it's because children's movies are, I mean, they've been in my life the entire time I've been alive, and so I said that very well. They've been in my life the entire time I've been alive, and so it's very surreal to see my name with a larger-than-life animated character. It's incredible.
Wow, we think you're incredible too. Thank you for spending some time with us on Better Connecticut.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure.
And again, Angry Birds 2 is in theaters now, so go check it out. We were definitely getting some laughs just as we watched the trailer.
Absolutely.